Hey guys, how you going? I wanted to read this one because it goes along with what I posted last night. Satanic Pedophilia Network Exposed in Australia. It starts at the top just like in the USA and UK. And does anyone else find it strange that this seems to be mirroring itself in the US, UK and Australia? They all seem to be going through the same thing. Epstein in the US, Prince Andrew, and there's a party going on. So you'll have to excuse the background noise. I'm sorry, guys. The New World Order cult that rules the world administers a satanic pedophilia network, including top-level politicians like Australian Prime Ministers and US Presidents. The Satanic Pedophilia Network, which underlies the New World Order, was again exposed in the last few months by another brave whistleblower. Australian woman Fiona Barnett showed a ton of courage in going public at a Sydney press conference in October 2015 and naming names. Fiona, a former victim of satanic ritual abuse and part of an international VIP pedophile ring, not only exposed the existence of the Satanic Pedophilia Network and its international child trafficking ring, but actually named 3 former Australian Prime Ministers and 1 former US President as perpetrators. She reveals that this network, composed of famous actors, celebrities, judges, politicians, and other high flyers, has infiltrated all the key organisations and institutions in Australia, just as it has in the US and Britain. Warning. Oh, should I read that? Can I read it? I can't make it any bigger. I need the zoom on my computer. I don't know how to do it on here. Okay, I'll put the link below anyway. Warning, what follows is graphic and requires a great deal of maturity to swallow, but if you're interested in the real truth of what's going on in the world, read on. Fiona saw it all, satanic ritual, rape, torture and murder, but actually says the way I've been treated for reporting the crimes I've witnessed and experienced has been far worse than my original abuse experiences. That speaks volumes about people's collective denial and amnesia, doesn't it? Pedophiles running rampant down under. Fiona proclaims that Australia is a pedophile haven. She explains how Australia took in a large number of Nazi war criminals, including her own step-grandparents. She was introduced by her own family to an international child trafficking pedophile ring based in Sydney. Fiona Barnett, right with her family. Some victims are kidnapped off the streets, some are bred for it without ever giving birth certificates. More on this later, and some are bought into it through multi-generational abuse. These latter ones are trained and expected to become the perpetrators and future administrators of it. Fiona has had flashbacks to being abused as young as the age of 2. Later on, when she was still a little girl, she was dropped off at VIP parties, instructed to say the star child is here, then watch as famous politicians, actors and celebrities snorted cocaine, raped her, had sex with each other and then pretended to drown her in a pool. She wasn't just sexually abused and raped, she also suffered satanic ritual abuse in the form of torture. Example, suffering cattle prodding, electroshock to cause disassociation. She reveals how this pedophile ring goes to the highest levels and includes orgies at Parliament House in Canberra itself. Naming the names. Fiona names the names of people who sexually assaulted, raped and tortured her. Anthony Kidman, actress Nicole Kidman's father. Nicole Kidman is a victim of the ring too, but was nasty towards fellow victim Fiona. Dr. John Gittinger, Lithuanian Nazi concentration camp guard and CIA agent. Former US President Richard Nixon. Why is that in red? Former Australian Prime Minister Gough Whitlam, former Australian Prime Minister Bob Hawke, former Australian Prime Minister Paul Keating, former Australian opposition leader Kim Beazley, former New South Wales Premier Bob Carr, US evangelist pastor Billy Graham, Ted Turner, CNN. Barnett also mentions the brave Aussie politician Frank Arena, who got up in Parliament under parliamentary privilege and said there is a large pedophile ring involving politicians, judges, doctors and media moguls. He named Kerry Packer, Bob Carr, Bob Hawke, Paul Keating, Robert Menzies, Alan Jones, radio announcer, Bernard King, the cook, Molly Meldrum, TV presenter, Elton John, musician, John Kerr, Whitlam and Kerr were homosexual lovers, and Justice Lionel Murphy. Fiona has drawn her abuse pictures here, and I will, as I said, link this below so you can look at it for yourself. She also recalls being at Bohemian Grove. Oh, okay, hang on. Abuse drawings. I will put the link because I can't quite see. Richard Nixon and back a plane. Oh. Dear me. Guys, this is horrific. Oh no. Yeah, I'll link this below because there's more to read in here too. All of this sort of stuff. Electrocution. Oh dear God. Yeah, there's a lot to read here too, guys. Oh, this video is going to get taken down. She also recalls being at Bohemian Grove. On one occasion, she was in a pink bubble room and raped. On another occasion, she had to participate in Teddy Bear's Picnic, a child rape hunting party, where children were hunted like animals and raped, as also happened to Kathy Collins and Kathy O'Brien. Read, Australian judge, incest and pedophilia may be accepted by society. I don't think so. Witnessed at a satanic ritual in Bathurst, New South Wales, Australia, 1985. In this video, Barnett talks about being present at a real satanic ritual with some of Australia's famous people, Kim Beazley, later to become Australian Labor Party and opposition leader, and Richie Benaud, famous Australian cricket captain and sports commentator. She reveals how Beazley and Benaud started the ritual by worshipping their satanic gods, chanting Baal, Lucifer, Satan, Son of the Morning, and other such appellations. She then witnessed them ceremoniously killing a pregnant mother, a breeder to the Satanists, in the centre of the circle. After that, they pulled out the unborn child, chopped it up with a knife, and put it on a gold platter, and proceeded to do a type of dark communion or Eucharist. Barnett mentions here that the Catholic Church communion is based on the oldest satanic version of a communion. In line with my article, Are Parts of Organised Religion Satanic? After that, she states that several hypnotised children came forward like robots who were probably mind-controlled or completely dazed or drugged. Benno came forward with a samurai sword and sliced off the head of each child. Oh. Then the entire crowd of Satanists who were sexually aroused by everything that had just taken place broke out into a bloody orgy. They had whipped everyone up into a frenzy, and then they drank the adrenalized blood of the woman and the child. Satanists are addicted to it and get high from adrenaline in human blood. It's called adrenochrome. Lastly, Beazley forced her to take a bite of one of the decapitated heads. Why the Satanic Pedophilia Network? Some may wonder at this point why I and many others are calling this the Satanic Pedophilia Network and not just the Pedophilia Network. The answer is simple. Satanism is most definitely involved in it. In fact, it is the driving force behind it. Fiona herself mentions in this interview that some of the criminals who abused and raped her were just pedophiles, and she puts former Aussie PM Gough Whitlam in this category. Others, however, worship a dark religion called Satanism, which involves the summoning of dark forces, most probably the reptilians and or archons. But that's a subject of other articles, and I don't believe in them. I do believe in interdimensional things, but yeah, not no, I don't know. Really, at this point, do we really know what's out there? God knows. Through channeling and twisted rituals, allowing these dark forces to overtake them and use them. Oh, well, I have heard of this one thing where the black eye thing, that like the Pope has had a black eye and all these famous people end up with black eyes, is because there's this little worm that they drop into the person's eye and it eats their way in and somehow overtakes them. I don't know much about it, but I was listening to, I think it was McAllister TV, Linda Paris, anyway. She talks about it, I think it's her. And they drop this, it's like a worm or a parasite into the eye, and it gives them a black eye. Then filled with the satanic energy, such as during rituals at Bohemian Grove, these adherents commit all sorts of perverted acts such as rape, necrophilia, torture, murder, sacrifice, and cannibalism. Banned Discovery Channel documentary exposes the highest US government officials are part of pedophile ring. A satanic hierarchy. Fiona explains how the satanic hierarchical pyramid works. Roughly speaking, at the lowest level, you have street gangs. Next, you have organised crime and the mafia. Next, you have recruits into the elite club. Then above that, you have just pedophiles, those who rape children but have no satanic connection. What, like there's a just pedophiles? Like, seriously? Like, I understand there's more to it, but just? No, they're pedophiles who have no satanic connection. Finally, at the very top, you have the elite VIPs who are full-fledged Satanists. And I know it doesn't matter whether you believe in the Bible or not. These people do, but they believe in the upside-down version of it. So they believe in the bad side. Fiona states that only bloodlines can make it to the top. These people come from the 13 or so Illuminati bloodlines, as exposed by Fritz Springmeier, David Icke, and other researchers. These bloodlines are revered as demigods, and the roughly 300 bloodlines or so below that can never make it to the top echelon, probably because they don't have the pure blood, i.e. royal or reptilian DNA, but again, subject for another article. The OTO, the Freemasons, which is the OTO, what is it again? I can't remember. And if someone can remember, put it in the comments. The Freemasons, Scientology, Catholic Church, and the CIA, the Australian military, and many, many others are all branches of the same Satanic Pedophilia Network. It lies at the heart of the international child trafficking ring and the New World Order. Child trafficking is a single worldwide operation coordinated by the CIA. There's a documentary in here. I won't play it, and I don't want to get censored or anything if I can help it. Although shortly, as of the 9th, is it? 9th of December or something? I may be kicked off YouTube, I'm not sure. If I am, find me on BitChute at Nanahev, Nanahev. All one word. Okay, guys, but anyway, I'll keep going. The world is run by a satanic cult. It's tough and a bitter pill to swallow, but we have to face the cold, hard truth. The world is run by a satanic cult whose members have infiltrated top layers and power centres of Australian, American, and British society. And that's the problem with the world today, and those of numerous other countries. They are interrelated and they are bound together by bloodlines and Satanism, with pedophilia, rape, murder, war, and genocide to follow. And did you know that somehow the Bushes and even Obama are somehow related way, way, way back, and they're related to the Queen? Somehow. I don't know, if you look at the bloodlines, it gets very interesting who's related to who. Someone's related to the Queen. I can't remember who it was. Fiona warns that every organisation in Australia has been infiltrated, including hospitals, psychiatry, politics, child advocacy groups, everything. The Satanists have even created a false memory foundation, a fake organisation set up by pedophiles to stop true victims from coming forward with their stories by convincing people they didn't really experience what they experienced. Satanic black magic rules the world. Only when enough of us truly grasp the enormity, horror, and shock of this fundamental truth, now exposed by a mountain of evidence and a ton of whistleblowers and victims, can we hope to heal it by bringing these psychopaths to justice and restoring some semblance of honesty, peace, and freedom to our world. And there's a press conference in there too. There's a few videos in here, guys, so I'll definitely link it down below for you. That looks like the end of that one. Yep. Okay, guys. Let me know what you think. And I'll talk to you soon. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you haven't. And I'll talk to you soon. Okay, guys. Bye.